veterans, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing gonna be alright, 'cause this message is for you. Bob Marley, baby, veterans. Veterans, calling out my veterans. You know what time it is. Every single day, God give me breath. I'm going to be thinking about you guys shouting out, because that's what this YouTube channel is about, baby. My veterans, baby. Hello, world. Hello, money. Hola, dinero. Hola, mundo. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dog, cats, and squirrels. Anybody who might want to listen to an old man like me. Hello, world. Another day, another episode. Woo! Planes on runways, and motorhomes down driveways, and motorhomes down freeways, and motorhomes down byways, and motorhomes, well, we can't put them on waterways. We put the yachts on the waterways. Hello, world. And we put some of them tractor trailers out there on expressways and freeways. That's what I'm talking about. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Whew, boy, I got some pretty good news, guys. What I want to start out with is that I drafted that letter I told you I was sending out to Academy and Heartline. Those are my first two letters that I'm sending out. But I got some good information today from a veteran at the VA hospital. And what I want to talk about is full programs that I'm going to be sending a letter to as well. And one of them is called Disabled Sports USA. And listen to this, guys. Disabled Sports USA is a national nonprofit organization that provides opportunities for individuals with disabilities to participate in various sports and recreational activities. They offer programs and grants to support adaptive sports, including initiatives related to attending college football and NFL games. Man, that's an awesome company. You know, I used to write a lot of grants for nonprofit organizations, but man, I never heard of this one. And it's Disabled Sports USA. All right, so the next one, guys, is the Independence Fund. The Independence Fund is a nonprofit organization as well, and they support wounded, ill, and injured veterans, man. They focus on providing mobility devices and outdoor rehabilitation programs. While their primary focus is not sports related, they may have opportunities or partnerships that could assist with attending football games. Stop playing, veterans. Hello, veterans. Y'all better stop playing. Great American Patriot Award. Now, the Great American Patriot Award is a program that honors and supports disabled veterans. While they primarily recognize individuals for their service and sacrifice, they may have connections or resources that can assist with attending sporting events. Stop playing. Hello, world. Hello, money. That's a veteran to another veteran, man. This gentleman led me into the right direction and who I need to draft all these letters to, because I told him from a sincere heart, man, what I want to do with my veterans that have physical limitations, gentlemen and ladies that have disabilities. We're going to get this done, man. I'm going to do it every day. I told you this is my calling. And before I get off into that rant, let me finish, okay? So that was Great American Patriot Award. Local veteran service organizations. Hello. Local veteran service organizations such as American Legion posters of veterans of foreign wars and different chapters often have community outreach programs and may be willing to support initiatives related to sports and veterans. Reach out to local chapters and inquire about potential funding opportunities or partnerships. Man, and you know, last but not least, man, we all know about corporate sponsorship. I mentioned that earlier in one of my videos about corporate sponsorship from a YouTube perspective, not from a social worker writing grants perspective. This is the fun part on the YouTube perspective, man, because again, you don't have to deal with all the legalities and things of that nature, man. You just find somebody who want to fund this thing and we get it up off the ground. But you know, the fun part of this is that, again, we find all the veterans and soldiers with the deep pockets that already had these vehicles. See, it ain't gonna cost them anything. They already had a vehicle. It might cost them a little gas, whatever. But it's a tax write-off for them, man. Like I say, it's gonna be truly good to them and they heart and what they doing. And not only that, we're gonna put the spotlight on all these companies, man. You know what I mean? Because that's what they're for, to put the spotlight on it, man. Because listen, you don't get these type of programs funded, man, if you're not out there to help the veterans, man. You just don't get these type of funding. I write a lot of grants. I know how it go. So, you know, I talk to these people, let's lay my heart out, and they'll see what's in front of them, and we take it from there. So this is the good news, guys. And the corporate sponsorship, I won't have to go back in there. Like I said, corporate sponsorship could be anybody. You know, somebody just want to contribute to the disability, and people with physical limitations, they'll just drop 100,000, whatever the case may be. Make sure that it's going toward the individuals that's going to get out to these football games. So soldiers, I got to tell you, man, I love you. Everybody over there in them foxholes and war zones, just know that over here we love you, man. Someone is always thinking about you, and I'm always going to be one of them that's always thinking about you, man. Right now, at this present moment, I am truly thinking about you, soldier. Ladies and gentlemen, okay? I ain't got to leave my ladies out there, because we got some lady dogs out there too, boy. They'll put you on your back. My daughter's one of them. Listen, there's some dog lady soldiers out there too, man. Yeah, military take them too. You better believe that. And I really appreciate that. So guys, that was the good news. But let me tell you else about some good news too, man. Do you know a lot of people don't know about the tradition of playing flowers? A lot of people don't know about that playing. You know, I was amazed. I was at the stadium at the USC game. Oh my God, and I got footage. I found footage, man, where I was sitting at this game and looking at the plane fly over. And I was saying to myself, I wonder do all these 57,000 people truly understand the significance of that plane fly over? And I was saying, do they know that's a tradition, man? I don't know, but we're going to get to it. That's a ceremonial tradition, man. And I want to say it real proper in good English, because I don't have good English. I don't speak good English, but I want this point to be made and made correctly, okay? Without my bad English involved. But listen to this, man. Whew. Patriotism and national pride. The plane flyover is intended to evoke a sense of patriotism and national pride among spectators. It served as a visual representation of the strong connection between sports and the military. Sports and the military. Sports and the military, baby. Hello, world. I should have a t-shirt cut in half, say sports and military veterans. Half and half, not milk, half and half. Hello, world. Wow. Symbolizing the unity and support for the armed forces. And you're going to see me with me filming. And this boy even became an influencer, man. This boy made me become an influencer that day, man. This boy made me become an influencer. This also encouraged me to become an influencer, because I told you, as the people was sitting there thanking me for my service, I was crying with tears thinking about all my veterans over there in the foxholes and war zone and dodging IEDs and running from bullets. I was thinking about them at the time when them planes was flying over, because I remember when I seen the high plane flying over when I'm on the bases. It's a beautiful feeling, man. That's that old fuzzy feeling, man. And I was thinking about my veterans over there, man. I always think about my veterans even in the United States that's in some kind of way, you know, sickly in hospitals and stuff, can't move around, man. But I'm thinking about you guys, man. That's what this is all about, man. I'm going to get this done, man. I know somebody out there with big ears, man. I know somebody out there with German Shepherd ears, man. You know, that snap, pow. Yeah, them German Shepherd ears. I know it's some soldiers out there listening to me, man. We're going to find them, man. We're going to help these veterans, dude. But I'm going to send out all these letters, man. I'm going to send out letters everywhere, man. Hey, dude, I live for this type of stuff, man. I love writing. You know, I was a journalist all my life, man. I've been writing all my life. But now I get to live my dream, man. This was my total dream, man, being a sports journalist. I'm now coming full circle, man. But then in the process, you know, God moved me to make sure that I had these veterans into my sports journalism. And that's why I was showing you about the flyover. Sports and veterans to go together, man, with those flowers, man. It's all about patriotism, man. All about democracy, man. Thank you guys for continuing to maintain our democracy for us, man. While you guys over there fighting, we over here real safe, man. Thank you so much. Phew, thank you. All right. So that's what I wanted to say about the flower. A lot of people in that stadium didn't know truly about the flower, and I had to share it with them, but I couldn't just put it the way that they did real well on paper. I just gave it to them the way I can express it from my heart, and they still understood it. You know what I say? That's very powerful when you see planes fly over NFL or any events. That's very powerful, man. It has a lot of significance. All right, so guys, I want to get that out of the way. I just want to let you know that we're going to get this job done, man. It's going to be fun. It's going to be an easy ride. It's going to be a fun ride. And all you guys starting out with me, man, just look at my subscribers right now. You probably only got about 87 subscribers. But just think of this here, man. in the next 6-7 months when all these veterans, man, come forward. Because a lot of people don't even know about this YouTube channel yet. But just think of all the veterans, man. I know we got a lot of veterans. I look at these stadiums with all these civilians in them. Can you imagine we got just as many veterans than we do civilians out there in them stadiums, man? We can fill up these stadiums, man. I just want to fill it up for the guys who might be passing away soon, man. You know, they don't know how long they're going to be living or how long left, man. All I want to do is make sure before they pass, man, they enjoy a football game. And I got to say this too, man. See, when those gentlemen sitting in those hospitals all alone and they got these conditions, they sit there and look at these football games like I am today looking at these football games. And you know, the idea come across and say, man, what would it be like if I could sit out there in that stadium and watch me a football game? Man, around all those people, man, that's a great experience, man. And we can get that done for these guys. That's a great experience, but they think, it never happened. So the idea passed and the thought passed by. But as I said in one of my videos, man, these guys got stories that they can tell us while we sitting at the stadium, man, and listen to some great stories, man. You know, the Korean veterans guys they was around before I was even born. I'm 68 now. And you know, in the Korean Wars before I was born, man. And we still got some of these gentlemen still alive. I done met two of them I met. One is in my family. Man, that's a beautiful thing. All right, so before I go, guys, I'm gonna get on up out of here. But it's 3 gentlemen that I got to explain. You know, I told you when I come on my website, not only do I shout out my veterans, but I want to also shout out my childhood friends. I want to shout out my military friends and my neighborhood friends, because we're now at this age where we made it, man. We made it out of some bad places. And today, we standing here alive, but 2 of these gentlemen that I'm about to mention is no longer here. And I want to give them their flowers. See, this is what I'm saying. We want to give people their flowers while they're alive, man. We don't give nobody no flowers while it's stinking. And both of these best friends of mine I'm about to mention, I wasn't even be able to attend their funeral, man, because I was in different places. And then when somebody did call me and tell me, it was too late. But I tell you this here, man, these are 2 great gentlemen that I'm about to tell you about. But flowers, guys, let's go back to these flowers. Man, you don't want no stinking flowers. You can't snort them. You can't sniff them. You can't even smell them, because you're no longer here. You don't have no life existence in your body. So while we're here on earth, guys, let's make sure we continue to bless the people that's around us, man. Let's continue to tell people around us that we love them, man, while they're here. Because tomorrow is not promised. You know, this might be my last time talking to you, and I could go off this camera and be gone tomorrow, man. So I'm telling you, man, let's go out here, man. Let's bless these people, man. Let's bless these veterans. Let's bless every doggone body around us, man. Appreciate everybody that's around us. I'm one of the most positive individuals you're going to ever find, man. I'm never negative about anything. This is why my YouTube channel is going to be a little different, because I don't go out and talk bad about people. I'm not negative about people. I don't do things like that. I let somebody else do that. I'm like Michelle Obama said, when people go low, you go high. And that's what I do, okay? So, guys, let me go on with my story. It's going to be a little sad one right quick. But I got to shout out 2 of my best friends that I grew up with, man. They're no longer here, man. They just both recently died, probably about a month apart. These are 2 of my best friends, man. These guys poured so much into me. They shaped my life, man. They shaped my life. All 3 of these gentlemen I'm about to mention, 2 of them is no longer here. One's still here. I'm going to save him for last. But the first gentleman I want to speak of, man, this guy was 10 years my junior. And he taught me everything I know, man, for his, like, photography. He taught me how to dress. That's why I was one of the sharpest dressers wherever I went, man, because this gentleman here taught me how to dress. He taught me now how to put the creases. He taught me how to put the, I can't think of the things, but they call it now, it was not suspenders, but it's something to tie down to the socks, to your underwear, to keep your shirt in your pants. And he got the the starch in the back. I mean, he was just one of the greatest dressers I ever seen. He taught me everything. The cufflinks, the whole 9, man. When I was a youngster, still in high school, working for Tampa Housing Authority, I was living with John. And he taught me a whole lot, man. Man, he done passed away on us, but John taught me how to shoot. He used to take me out to the woods, and he taught me how to shoot. When I got in the Marine Corps, you know, they were saying, how you shoot so good? I would tell them, well, City said, how City boy shoot so good? And I went to tell them the story about how my friends would take me out every weekend and shoot guns. And he taught me everything, man. I mean, he taught me a whole lot, man. He taught me how to be a man. He taught me a lot of things that I just can't really think of it right now, because I want to be real quick about this. But John, God bless you, man. I hope you rested in peace where you at, man. And we had some great times and great memories. I want to try to find your son, John Jr. You know, I used to help you raise him when we stayed together. But I'm pretty sure I get that done. And I do want to stay in his life, man. I really do. I want to stay in his son's life. I haven't seen him since he was a kid. That probably been now 50, 60 years. But rest in peace, man. God bless you. And again, that's what I'm telling my soldiers, man. Let's make sure that we get these people these flowers while they're living before they die. All right, so the next guy I want to go and talk about is another gentleman. His nickname is Chubby, but his real name is Reginald Mike Fearson. Reginald Mike Fearson was my best friend, man. That was my best dog right there. That was the guy who was peeing apart. We was like two peas in a part. If everybody seen me and Chubby around town in Tampa, you gonna always see us together. You would never see us separated. If we do, it's probably sleep somewhere. But this guy was everything. He was one of the greatest champions in the state of Florida. I don't think a lot of people know that, but Chubby was a great wrestler, man. If he put his hands on you, you go into the ground, partner. Wasn't no bones about it. Another good dresser. We learned from John how to dress, man. We used to be in the mirror dressing like John, man. Just a great person. Another guy that had a heart of gold, love helping people. He could help anybody, man. Chubby was just a great person. He had the greatest smile. Just a lot of people, man. He always gravitated to a lot of people. Chubby's supposed to have went in the military with me, man, and he backed out on me. Next thing I know, they got me down in Miami. Woof! Shipping off to Charleston, South Carolina, on to Beaufort. And the funny story about this is that when, I think 4 or 5 years later in, I get a phone call, and they say, Costello, you got a phone call. I'm on base, and I'm in Beaufort. And I answer the phone, and it was Chubby. He now stationed in Charleston, South Carolina on the USS Frank Cable. And he called me, telling me he a bobble. I said, yeah, when I get there, you won't be no bobble. I'm gonna throw your butt in the ocean. Because he supposed to went in the military with me. And that bomb left me hanging. But anyway, that's another story. But he now done passed away, man. Chubby, I love you, man. God bless you. Boy, we got some stories to tell. I got some stories to tell with your family, because we're going to put all this thing on YouTube, man. I'll probably start something new, because these families, later on in 20, 30 years from now, guys, their families, great grandchildren will be able to see their families on YouTube. I would have loved to have seen my family on YouTube, you know, back in the past, growing up in the 50s, you know, with all my cousins and everything. And man, we had a family with 23 aunts and uncles. I would have loved to have seen all this on YouTube, but we finna make that happen, man, because I'm going to have a family podcast as well. So I guess I done rambled enough, but I got one more guy that I got to, and I had to save him for last, because this young man is still living. His name is Bobo Jackson. Man, this is another one of my peas in the pod friends, man. We were like two hips. We joined at the hip together. Bobo dad owned the store right there on 34th and Osborne in Tampa, Florida. And when I was working at Tampa Housing Authority, man, you know, an old broke kid like me just getting out of high school, ain't got no doggone money. And every time I get out of school, I go to I'm working for Housing Authority, but I can get my lunch from Mr. Jackson, Bobo's dad. He fed me every day, man, for 2 weeks. You know, I get paid every 2 weeks, so he'll feed me every 2 weeks, man. And Mr. Jackson loved everybody in the community. Everybody loved him, man. You know, I was surprised, though, when I came back from the military one day and I seen Mr. Jackson with this big old gun on his hip, man. It was bigger than him. And, you know, I'm not accustomed to seeing that like that in our neighborhood over in Jackson. I said, Mr. Jackson, what you doing with that big old gun on your hip? He said, Costello, it done changed since you left, boy. He said, somebody tried to rob me 3 times. I ain't having it. I said, okay, Mr. Jackson, man. I was shocked, man. I was shocked. But Mr. Jackson was very successful, always been. And since I left, they had opened up a funeral home. It's called Jackson Funeral Home, guys. If anybody need that funeral home, man, it's a great funeral home over there. Bobo and his brother, man, they running it now, man. You know, Mr. Jackson done went on to see the man upstairs, too. But, boy, what a great man, man. You know, you got to share these stories, man, because if we don't share these stories, where they going to be shared at? Because mostly goes to the ground. Mr. Jackson was a great man, man. I got to explain that. I have to, because he did so much for me, man, especially when you're talking about your belly. And the man feeds you, you ain't going to never forget that, man. You're going to never forget a man who feeds you, bro. Never forget a man who feeds you. And that man fed me as long as I was here until I left for the military. Sure did. So I guess that's me rambling, man. But hey, man, Bobo Jackson, I love you, man. Thank God you're still living. I will be down there to embrace you, man. We'll give you your flowers. Man, you keep doing what you're doing. Keep the community happy. Man, I love you. I love your store. You got everything a brother want, man. Ever since I can remember from a little kid, that store been around. Ever since I was a little kid. And we talking about over 68 plus years, man. I'm 68, and Mr. Jackson must have had that store when I was a kid. So I mean, a long time, man. But yeah, Bobo, I'm glad you took over Dad's store, man. So you just keep us in the community with you, man. And I will see you when I get to Tampa, okay? So guys, thank you for listening at me ramble. But before I go, I always got to say, to the world, you might be one person, but to that one person, you just might be their world. Hello, world. Hello, money. I won't see each and every one of you at the top. I'm going to see each and every one of you over the top. Good night. God bless each and every one of you.